Hello everyone, welcome back. In previous classes, we have created the API, we have tested the API and it is working perfectly. Now it's time to publish the API to the Anypoint exchange. We can publish the API, we can share the API to the internal or external member. We can manage the version of the API, we can edit documentation and we can test API to the exchange itself. So in this class, we are going to learn these all four things in detail. Okay. So let's go to the Anypoint platform. This is the API I have created and I have tested using the API console, using the both, using documentation and also using the making the public URL. Okay. Now let's go to the Anypoint exchange and see if any API was already present. You can see these are the all API that is provided by MuleSoft. But if I go to my organization is ABC Limited. Okay. You can see there is no API published to Anypoint exchange. Currently there is no API is present into Anypoint that I have published. So in this lecture I am going to publish this API to Anypoint exchange. Anypoint, let me briefly give you about the introduction about the Anypoint exchange. Anypoint exchange is an area where we can publish the our REST API and anyone can see the API. We can publish it as a internally and as a public. If we publish it as a internally, only the people in your organization they can watch, they can see the this API. But if you publish it as a externally, then anyone in the world can see this API. Okay. But in this lecture we are going to show you. Okay. Let's go to the design center where we have created the API. I have created the API, employee rating API. Let's go to here. Here we have an option. Here we have an option to publish. You can see here we have an option to share. We can share also, but we are going to show this later. We have the option to publish. Click on publish. Okay. It will ask you to give you the asset version and the API version v1. And there is an option called stable and deployment. Deployment is like development. Sorry, development is a process where if you want further more modification, then you can take as a development. Otherwise, if you want to ready to consume, then you can take as a stable. For now, I am taking it as a stable. That is fine. Again, you have to select this all business group ID. This all thing, that is fine. Okay. Now click on publish. If you click on publish, it will publish this API to the Anypoint exchange. Okay. So let's wait for a few minute to publish this API to Anypoint exchange. It is saving the new version. It might take a few seconds. Now you can see published to exchange. Now my API is published to the exchange. Just close it and go to the exchange. Once you go to the exchange, now you are going to see your API that you have published. You can see under the ABC Limited, we have published the API as an employee rating API. If I click on this API, you are going to see all the thing what is present. Under the detail we have the resource get, post, put, and under the employee ID we have the detail. Okay, delete. These all thing we are going to see in. Okay, here you can see option. There is option to share this API. If you want to share this API, whether the internally or externally, you can share it. If you click on the share, you can see it sorry, it is coming. There is two options. First option is like that, it is collaborator, and second option is a public. If you select this and click on save, it will publish. It will give you a, if you click on this, it will publish to a public platform, and where you are going to, if everyone can see this. Okay, But if you click on collaborator and you, if there is some people that is present in your organization ABC Limited, you can write their name and you can, currently there is no organization people present, and you can sorry, you can save, then it will be other people can also watch this API. Okay, okay, that is fine. Now there is also option called using the share, you can share it internally using this, you can share it to public using this. Okay, now click on here. Here if you click on there, you can download the raml file. If you click on here, it will download a raml file for you that is similar to this one. Okay, further it will help you to import you. Okay, if you click on view code, it will, you can view, it will move back you to the API designer, where you are basically writing the code, and you can see the all the code you have written, that you can see the code here. Okay, again there is a option called add version. You can, if you want to add a version, then you can add a version, but currently it is not required. Okay, now there is a option called manage version. Just click on here, you can see that my current version is 1.0 and it is stable. Okay, there are lots of things, but it is stable, and instance as a mocking service, currently it is live as a mocking service. Okay, we are testing as a mocking service. Okay, now but one thing here you need to know. Let's take a scenario. After few months, business came and told that in the same code we want more modification. Then what we are going to do? In the next, we are going to edit the code. We are going to modify the code, and after that we are going to again publish to the Anypoint exchange. And while publishing, we can write the version as a 1.0.1. Okay, again if after few months again business is saying, then we can again write as a 1.0.2. in this way it will be helpful to understand the what is the latest version. From that you can correlate that the older version was 1.00. after that we have published to the 1.01. after that we have published to the 1.02. after that we have published to 1.03. so in this way it will be helpful to us to understand the what is the current version. Currently I have only one version, that is 1.01, and it is, I have published it, so that is showing. But after a few months I am going to modify it, then we are going to create with a new version, that is 1.01. okay, and you can write any name, but that will be better to perform that in sequence manner. Okay, so in this way we can manage the version of the API. Okay, here you can see the what is basically the environment that is stable is showing. Okay, and you can see here it is showing as a public because we have published this to public. So earlier it was showing as a private, but now it is showing as a public. Okay, so now anyone can see this. Okay, now let me go to the, let me go to the this area. This area we have the edit documentation. Here in this area, if you want further people while visiting this API, if people can understand what this API does, then you can write some documentation. You can write some let me copy from the here itself, and I can write some documentation that will help people to understand what my API does. Okay, so here I have written something. Let me go to, okay, this thing we can mention here. Okay, this what does API do, this thing we can mention here. Okay, okay, and let me save it. Okay, okay, you can see the same thing, it is come here. Okay, so after that, if anyone is coming here, they can say that as an HR manager you have to give the rating to the employee, and using this we have the case 4 case, and we are going to each case in different scenario. Now using the exchange we can test the API also. If you go to here And if you go to the endpoint, under endpoint we have the details and we have the all method. If you click on get method, you can see here it is also coming as a mocking service, and if you click here you can send and you can get the successful response. Again under the post method, same thing you can are going to do. If you click on send, you are going to test the web service. Again under the put method we are going to do same. We are going to send the and we are going to get the response for this. Okay, let's wait for the few seconds. Okay, it is taking some more time. Let me try to send it again. Not sure why it is taking a long time. Let me go to the post method. Okay, let me refresh this page maybe. Okay, I have refreshed the page. Again let me go to the post and let me try. You can see post, it is coming successfully. Let me go to the put and let me click on send. Okay, let's wait for the few seconds because not sure why it is taking long time. Somehow it is taking time. Let me abort for now because not sure why it is taking time, but that is fine. That will be some internal error. Okay, let me go to the delete method. If I click on send delete method, you can see it is coming as a invalid because I have not mentioned the URI. Let me mention some employee ID here, and if I click on send, you can see it is coming successfully. Okay, so in this way we have published our API to Anypoint exchange. We have seen how we can share the API to internal and public. Again we can download the code and we can view the code and we can manage version. If new version is published, then we can see here what is the version of the current latest version. After that we can test this API. If we want to some document, we can document in this form. Okay, everything we can check from the API that is published in the Anypoint exchange. So hope you have enjoyed. Again if you have any doubt, you can comment me, you can send me a mail, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you all.